And like this person, bruh, is always questioning themselves. Like, I think I'm fat. I'm like, you're not fat. You're like, you. The way you are is like a goal people in the gym are training towards. This person like, no, no, I'm fat. I want to lose weight. I'm like, I guess this is what it is. I'm just applying pressure without even trying. What women really think about men who get jacked? Video by Sandra. I still can't say this last name. I feel like I'm gonna be like harassing the pronunciation of her last name. But then let's get into this video.
What do women really think about men who are jacked or men who get jacked? And when you finally get in
I qualify. I'm jacked. I'm just like a sleeper build, hiding my magnificence in this nylon, whatever this fabric is.
shape, you are going to notice the difference in how people treat you, the way they talk to you, the way they act towards you. Like all of that is going to change. Getting jacked as a guy will show you that what women say doesn't necessarily equate to what they do. A lot of women will say that they don't like men who are muscular. They don't like men that are really fit. They'll say that they prefer the dad bods, which I did do a video on this, so you can check it out. I'm going to link it up top. So that's what women generally say, that they
Not all of them, bro. Some of them are like that. They're like, Mr. Muscle, you feel me?
prefer to have a guy who has a dad bod. And the truth is, most women don't even
Or maybe it's just how old I am, my age group, you feel me? Since I'm so young, I'm not even 20.
know what a dad bod
I'm 19, by the way.
looks like. Two, a lot of women say that because that's what makes them feel comfortable. Having a guy who isn't really fit or a guy that has a dad bod, that's what they can actually get and that's what they can actually control and maintain. And also, there's no level of accountability when the person is not in shape. There's no accountability to themselves to be the best.
By the way, this thing of that's the person they can get and control. No, nigga. They can get you, Mr. Muscle, and they can control you after getting you. You are not safe.
Woman for that person, because they know that the person who is in shape and the person who is jacked, that guy will automatically have a lot of different options. So they don't want to have that level of competition or that level of anxiety. So they're always going to lean towards a man who isn't jacked. Another reason why a woman can say that she prefers dad bods is because she wants somebody who she deems as well-rounded. So when it comes to men who are jacked, women also think that they're so one-dimensional. So a guy who's like hyper focused on the gym, he eats well, he sleeps well, he trains well, and does all of these things on repeat.
Honestly speaking, I do go to the gym. I'm jacked. It's not 100% prediction that I eat well and I sleep well. You can't even guess how terribly the sleep I got last night is. These past few days, actually, I should really fix that. And like the eat well thing, I just don't eat like trash all the time. You feel me? So I kind of feel like that kind of puts me a little bit ahead in terms of diet since I don't eat like trash all the time. But the sleep thing is kind of like I live in a residence where students live, as in like people in university. Those people do not care about time at all. You're trying to sleep, someone's running on the roof for some reason, bruh.
They feel like their sole interest is just fitness and the gym, and they lose other interests. They lose the zest for other things in life. They struggle to have conversations with women about anything else besides the gym and protein shakes. Women don't typically always find that attractive. They want
Naturally, well, let me not say we, but regular people, like even if they go to the gym, we can kind of talk about things that aren't the gym. You feel me?
somebody who can talk to them about other things than just macros. They want somebody that they can explore other areas.
I'm so glad I don't even know this gym stuff, this macros and macronutrients or whatever, bruh. I do not know that at all. I don't even want to know what it is. As long as I know what I'm eating, isn't complete garbage, I'm good, bro.
of their lives with. And that's why they typically say that they prefer a guy who has a dad bod, because that man to them often has more depth elsewhere, right? So that man is probably a little bit more exploratory. And that's because he probably has to overcompensate with other areas of his life in order for him to be able to feel whole, to compensate for his lack of physique. And when I say jacked, I'm not specifically talking about a guy who has a bodybuilder type physique. I'm simply just talking about someone who has at least 10% to 15% body fat. You look healthy, you look like you're active, you look like you go to the gym, you look like you eat.
I'm pretty sure I'm like 15 or whatever body fat percentage. Like, hmm? I got abs, and I got gills. So yeah, I feel like I'm somewhere there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well. So you don't have to have a super bodybuilder type level physique. You just have to look like you have a healthy enough amount of body fat. Someone who is clearly disciplined in the gym, he represents something very different. He represents consistency, delayed gratification, structure, and personal standards. And that kind of person has clearly invested years into improving himself. He is probably the 1% of the 1%.
Sometimes it's months, not necessarily years.
And women do notice this. Women do identify this. And when someone walks into a room with that level of energy, it changes the dynamic. Not necessarily because of arrogance, but because it signals that this person holds themselves to a very high standard. And that can do one or two things around people. It can, one, either make them uncomfortable or it can inspire them. Then we have the comfort versus challenge dynamic. And I know I touched on this before, but as human beings, we just naturally gravitate towards environments and things and people that just make us feel comfortable, that make us feel accepted. But a highly disciplined person, a guy who is jacked, who takes himself visibly seriously, can sometimes unintentionally change that comfort. He doesn't necessarily have to even say anything. He's not necessarily judging anyone. He's changing that comfort dynamic by simply just existing. Because when someone is extremely committed to their self-improvement, it creates a silent question in the room. So people are definitely going to ask themselves, what standards have I been holding myself to? And again, some people love that energy.
Yeah, I kind of understand this because like someone like I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but like someone's been living their life so well, so nice, like not even caring at all. Like they were just living and like they knew me along the way of their life. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, of course. So they know me currently, you feel me? And like this is the best shape I've been in my life. Like last year I was in shape, yeah, but like I wasn't this lean, you feel me? So now I'm kind of getting lean and like this person, bruh, is always questioning themselves like I think I'm fat. I'm like you're not fat. You're like you the way you are is like a goal people in the gym are training towards. This person like no, I'm fat, I want to lose weight. I'm like I guess this is what it is. I'm just applying pressure without even trying, and I didn't know that. I think I should get chubby so people can like kind of feel comfortable, you feel me?
It motivates them, it inspires them. And for some people, they shrink themselves automatically because they feel like they're not good enough. So when a woman sees a man who is jacked, she's probably asking herself that question like, I literally cannot hold myself to the same standards that this person holds themselves to. So she usually is going to have to shrink in order for her to be with that type of man. And they're going to see it as pressure. And then we have the reality of attraction. Physical attraction absolutely matters. Across almost every culture, we have traits like strength, health, and physical fitness. All of these have always been associated with physical attractiveness. Attraction is also influenced by psychology, confidence, and social dynamics. So a man who is jacked, he's not just displaying muscle, he's displaying effort. And effort signals something important to anyone who's watching. It shows that this person is willing to invest in themselves. So the first thing someone is going to do is notice you. They're going to notice how you look. They're going to notice how your body is. And we don't like to be honest, and we don't like to say this, but we judge people for how they look. So when you see somebody who has a well-built physique, So when you see somebody who has a well built physique, you're instantly going to assess that person in a positive light.
Hmm.
That's what you're going to appreciate. That's what you're going to see. That's what you're going to admire.
Yeah, bro. Just if you wanna get ahead in life, I suppose just look prettier than you would if you weren't trying to look prettier. You feel me? That's not necessarily just going to the gym. It can be in like your fits. You can change up your fit to be like a nice fit. You feel me? Like you dress well, you dress decently well. You feel me? Like you got some jewelry on. You feel me? Some ice. You're iced up. You're cold, my G. You feel me? You can like get a watch. I got a watch. It's over there, but like why should I wear it now? You feel me? I've got a long sleeve on. I don't wanna like make it look awkward. You feel me? So like it can be a lot of things you can do. Face care. I can't afford that. So like when I can afford it though, I am gonna do it. You feel me? Just to like, get a good perception of myself when someone meets me anywhere, anytime, even on the first interaction. You feel me? And so like you can also go to the gym, you feel me? Like it's not a must. You can like work out at home, you can just walk more, just be more active, and you're gonna get more fit and look more fit, and clothes are gonna fit you better. You feel me? So like you feel me? There's a lot you can do, not necessarily just the gym, you feel me? There's fits, there's personality, and face care, skincare, whatever, and so on. There's a lot. You can look into it. I will not look into it. But I do know that personality fits and like a good, decent enough skin, I guess, not terrible skin, and a decent physique, you're ahead of a lot of people.
And that's what's going to give you signals of what kind of person this individual is. And when it comes to women, you have to look at things from an evolutionary and biology perspective as well. Women generally want a man who can protect and provide, and your body signals whether you can or you can't do either of these things. So what really changes when men do get fit, when a guy does get jacked, women are going to respond differently, even if outside in public they say, oh, they prefer dad bod. They respect men who have nice physiques, not just because of the aesthetics, but because the perception of the man changes. He's going to be seen as more disciplined. He's going to be seen as more confident. He's going to be seen as more structured, more capable, and a little bit more control of his life. And those qualities are powerful. So the real conversation isn't about dad bod versus jacked. It's about comfort versus challenge. Some people gravitate towards environments that are more easier, that are more comfortable, that feel familiar. Others are drawn.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's just everyone in general. Nobody wants to be like exerting too much effort. People hate friction, me, myself included. Even though I work out, that doesn't mean like working out doesn't turn you into this perfect person, bruh. Like it can lay the foundation on how you could live the rest of your life. But some people just be like, I work out, that's good enough, not realizing that there's other areas in their life that they can like what you call this work on in order to be a better person, better individual. You feel me? So someone might be like, I dress well, I don't need to work out. Or someone might be like, I work out, I don't need to work on my personality. Or someone might be like, I got a good personality, I don't need to work out or dress well. You feel me? So yeah.
On towards people and environments that push them, that challenge them, that inspire them. And when you understand that dynamic, it helps explain why reactions to men that are jacked and highly fit men in general can be so different. At the end of the day, getting fit should not be about impressing anyone. It should always be about becoming the best version of yourself. I'm genuinely curious, do you think that a woman treats you differently or thinks about you differently when you get jacked?
Personally, I can't even comment on that because like I've been jacked for most of my life, you feel me? And even like most of my life, I mean like most of the life I actually started living, I wasn't living before the age of 13, bruh. I started living at maybe like the age of 15 going onwards. That's when I kind of started living, you feel me? So like yeah, pretty much all my life I've been jacked, you feel me? And I can't even comment on like whether or not people treat you differently because you're jacked or not. But I can comment on this. Me personally, like I get treated pretty decently well in general by everyone, and I noticed that unlike my friends who are not so well built, you feel me? They kind of, people kind of perceive them in a way and treat them in a way that they don't treat me. That's all I'm saying. But thank you for watching this video. Tell me your experiences, like whoever you are. You're probably like old enough to tell us here in the comment section. Someone might learn something. I know I will. So like, share your experience. How was it before you got jacked? Maybe you were skinny, maybe you were fat, maybe you were whatever, and then you got in shape. Share your experience. How did that change people's perception of you in life? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.